And welcome back to the Daily Wrap. Time to read some of your viewer comments. First up, we have a comment that the Pope is saying that the Catholic Church will forgive abortion. Camille says, the Holy Father only broadened the priests available to provide forgiveness for the sin of abortion. In some places, only the bishop can do this. The sin of abortion has always been forgivable if the person seeking absolution sincerely seeks to be absolved and, of course, does whatever penance is given and desire never to commit the sin again. You know, I'm no expert on this, but that's pretty much how it was explained to me.
I had to come up to speed on it because I posted an article from Yahoo that was lambasting the Pope on it on my Facebook page, and the Catholics came out in full to
educate. This commenter nailed it perfectly, and in fact what's
right.
really interesting about the Pope is that he widened the tent in both directions, because not only did he allow all priests to grant absolution and forgiveness for abortion, he now is including those who are part of and ordainees of the Society of Pius X, which is an ultra-conservative organization.
Isn't that what confession was all about? I mean,
well, that's
I
the point.
An altar boy.
I'm only surprised because I wasn't raised Catholic, and I never realized that some sins could be forgiven by somebody,
that's the key,
but not by everybody.
As long as you truly are
right.
Sin can be forgiven, and actually there's nothing surprising. The Pope is being the Pope at his best in the sense that he is reminding the world there is no such thing as a sin when proper contrition is admitted that can't be forgiven. That's the way it works.
I just think it's great because it's for women. It gives women the opportunity to, because they're feeling guilty with all the Planned Parenthood videos.
Yeah. Well, we'll read the next comment if we can move along to it. We also have some comments about the Kentucky County Clerk refusing to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. Carlos says, I think it is outrageous. She should be fired or recalled at once. Nobody is asking her to believe in gay marriage or change her beliefs about it, nor is anyone asking her to agree with anything. Dennis adds to that, the clerk needs to walk away from her job. Her fight is not a fight that Christ would fight. If she really wants it to change, then she needs to share the gospel and change hearts. She will never change minds. Julie adds, Kim Davis is correct. We're one nation under God, not one nation under the Supreme Court. It's time to stand up for God. Well, right there you can see, what, 2-1, you know, against Ms. Davis. Listen, this has been a really strange story, if you ask me. I think that all of us would respect her religious beliefs.
Oh, I can respect her religious beliefs, but she should be fired.
Well, of course
clearly she should be fired.
Because she took an oath in office, which I actually read last night, and it points out that she has an obligation to uphold the law.
Correct.
It doesn't say that she has an obligation to uphold the law if the law agrees with her personal religious beliefs.
She's gone. I'd be surprised if
she can't. You can't get rid of her. The majority of people in her district support her, so there won't be a recall. She can't be fired from the job. The only thing that can happen here is making an argument that this is such a dereliction of public trust that she is actually doing damage to even her own cause.
Have we not violated a law? I mean, isn't a law enforceable?
She's practicing civil disobedience, and I love how when some people do it, it's fantastic and it's to be lauded, and when she does it,
well, no, she can't be impeached.
No,
that's not available.
It's not an alternative.
No, there is something. The alternative that exists is that she can be fined for being in contempt of court, or she can be jailed for being in contempt of court.
And that may very well happen. That may very well
we'll find out, in fact,
the judge has to have the courage to put her in jail. That's the real issue.
And it's tough because the plaintiffs, the people seeking some kind of retribution, are not asking that she be put in jail. They don't want to turn her into a martyr. They're asking for a fine.
Does a judge need that mandate?
Well, a judge doesn't need it. He can do whatever he wants. 800-pound gorilla. He can do whatever he wants. So
I would hope he does his job.
All right, here's a comment. What a surprise about Donald Trump. Chuck says, it's quite apparent you have no love for Trump. However, can you honestly say any of the other candidates have the courage to stand up to the foreign leaders and terrorists other than Trump? I would say not. Carson is a nice man, but nice men don't win. I'm presuming he's speaking to me when he says no love for Trump because, as this panel typically goes, there's no shortage of love for Trump. So I'll respond. Yes, there are other people who can stand up to terrorists and people who want to do us harm. You actually think that Donald Trump is the only man in America or the only man running for president who can do that? What are you talking about?
Well, I think this one comment makes an interesting point. It says, nice men don't win. That's the emotion that's fueling the Trump campaign. There's a suspicion of human decency. The politician was willing to combine genuine military strength.
Ben Carson right now? Why are they neck and neck?
Because like Trump, he's a non-politician. The bottom line is, when the party can put together someone who is genuinely strong and truly decent and is willing to talk about that, he can take down
So let me
Trump.
get in this last comment because I like it. Finally tonight, we have a comment about Newsmax from Don and Carol who say, we recently discovered Newsmax. We like your channel. Less bling, less bias, less telephones ringing, and down to earth. Godspeed, former Fox friends. Now that's what we like to hear. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you'll stay with all of our programs at Newsmax because we really like doing them for you. Now remember, if you want to weigh in on any of the issues we talk about here on the show, anything at all, be sure to go to newsmaxtv.com/comments. We will play your emails on the air. You've seen that. Make sure you keep sending them. Up next, time for Yay or Nay. This is the Daily Wrap.